How's it going, guys? Taki here, back with another video. Today we have a money-making video, and this is actually one that I've had filmed for a while, waiting to be released. Let's get started. On screen you can see a list of everything that I'll be talking about in this guide. If you're new to my videos, you can find timestamps for everything that I'll talk about in the description box below. To be able to do this method, you are going to need at least 19 rune crafting, 82 magic, and the lunar diplomacy quest. There are also suggestive requirements of 54 plus summoning, the repair rune pouch spell, and 1 mil GP. For your setup, you want at least 7 binding necklaces and 14 ring of duelings. You also should have a steam battle staff of some type, or the mystical staff if you have it. Additionally, it's suggested to do this with the ethereal set if you own one, and a large rune pouch with runes listed on screen. In your bank and your inventory setup, you should have at least 12k pure essence and 12k water runes. You also want to have all of the available pouches that you have access to. On screen you can see a list of the level requirements for each of the pouches. If you do not have any of these pouches but you have the levels, you can go to the abyss and kill the monsters there and get these as a non-common drop. The massive pouch is the only pouch that cannot be acquired in this manner. It is also crucial that you make an action bar like the one on screen. You should have it set up in the manner that I have. If you are missing anything, feel free to move the icon over to the left. You want to have all of your pouches, your ethereal set, and your interaction with your familiar, along with a ring of dueling and your imbue spell. It is really important that you do not have any keybind set to the 1 key, or 2 for that matter. I will illustrate why you don't want this in the next part of the video. Before you can do this method, you are going to need to create a new loadout, and it should be set in the number 1 spot. This should have all of your rune pouches, water runes, and essence. Additionally, your equipment that you are wearing should be all of the best things that you have access to, that I've mentioned in the previous section. It's also important if you're going to be using a summoning familiar to set up your beast of burden to hold pure essence. Then you are going to customize your loadout for number 1 by clicking the gear icon and select beast of burden to be withdrawn with your normal inventory. You also need to customize your familiar interaction by right-clicking on the icon on your bar and then going down to Select Follower Interaction. You want to set this to Take BOB. Now we're going to take a look at the run, and I've changed around my UI so that way things are a little clearer to see. I'm going to start off by right-clicking my massive pouch to fill it. Then I will press the 1 key to do my loadout. Once the bank screen is dropped, you're going to want to go through your ability bar as fast as possible, but I'm clicking them here to illustrate what happens. Once you're completely finished, you're going to click on the bank, press 1, and then start pressing F and 1 together to teleport to the duel arena as fast as possible. This is assuming that you're using the same keybinds as me. When you port in and have a straight line to the altar, you're going to want to click on the altar and then surge, and then immediately start pressing the Q key for imbue, select a water rune, and then click on the altar, and then start pressing F and 2 to teleport back to the duel arena. You can do both of those keys at the same time. And that's essentially the entire run. And for illustrative purposes, we'll do what this looks like in full speed. Sometimes you can occasionally misclick. I wouldn't worry too much about that. You don't really need to perfect this that much to be able to earn a decent profit. As you can see on screen, I've misclicked once, but it still doesn't impact you that much. Gonna surge over to the altar, press Q for imbue, go in, get a clear shot to the altar, click on a water rune, click on the altar, and then start pressing F and 2 to go back to Castle Wars. And that's it. Now let's go over some of the profit calculations. If you have the best setup and stats, you are going to be making around 12k steam runes per hour with a cost of around 700k. This will give you an expected profit of anywhere between 7.7 to 8.3 mil. This will depend a lot on your sell price of your runes, as the price can fluctuate a lot, and if you are impatient, you won't be able to get the best value from this method. This is still a great money-making method if you don't have the highest stats. On screen you can see the profit that you would expect depending on your rune crafting level, and this is also assuming that you have the pouches that go with the levels. Additionally, you can see how much extra profit you would get with the ethereal set and the different summoning familiars. Hopefully you enjoyed this guide. If you did, remember to leave a like. I certainly did. I got a magic pet during the filming of this, which has never happened before, so I'm pretty happy about that. That's the end of this one. If you liked the video, consider dropping a like below and subscribing to the channel if you aren't already. Feel free to take a look at one of the videos on screen now, and until next time, Taki out.